Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. If you like this content, make sure to hit like and let me know down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Now let's get into the video. Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about the Vrising update. For the first beginning part, I'm just going to talk about the main cool parts of the update. For anyone that doesn't really want to deep dive into it, just kind of wants to know some of the main stuff about it. So I'll put markers in the video if it will let me. And you can it should be like 3 or 4 minutes once we get there. Gloomrot is the name of it. You're getting a new area that is Gloomrot. Here we go. So this is the new map. You already know all of these. Gloomrot is up here now. There'll be a deep dive about the castle that was here. This is where Gloomrot is. 2 things of it. Northern, southern. Wrong thing to click on. Main things. Multiple floors now. You can now have different stairs inside your castle. Hugely requested thing. There are 13 new bosses, 30 new enemy types. They all look pretty cool. The bosses are kind of like Frankenstein monster style. It's kind of definitely science going too far. Another big thing is there's a new magic school, and they revamped some of the magic to have more of an identity. The new magic school is Storm. Looks super cool. Seems kind of focused around damage, and I like that. Another big thing, there's 2 new weapons. You've got dual pistols, the Blammies, and you've got great swords. This is the copper greatsword, so it looks like you're going to be able to build greatswords pretty early into your playthrough. There's legendary weapons, which go in turn with the updated magic system. Essentially, they'll apply a magic debuff depending on the one you find. You'll have to fix them up, though. They will not be easy to obtain. They'll be rare, but that's pretty cool. There's a new gem system to further customize your spells. And they updated some of the movement stuff, and there's a new DLC. That is kind of the overview of a lot of it. There is some nice smaller details that I will be going in the rest of this video, but overall, that is kind of what I wanted to show. I'll go ahead and show some of these pictures of Gloomrot. Feel free to pause on any of them. That's kind of the vibe, though. For anyone that's all they needed, I hope that is good for y'all. That's all the main important stuff. So I'll see y'all another time. I'll make sure to put it here. For everyone else that wants a deep dive, let's get into it. So this has been a year coming. They actually updated a lot. I've already shown the pictures. I'll go back through them again. There's the greatsword right there. I'm pretty sure. This is one of the new enemy types with the lightning gun. That's him shooting it. The lightning that we use is yellow, matches the topaz. So this is more like acidic-y stuff. World revamp, they changed a lot. There's new stuff in Silverlight. There's a reimagined Cursed Forest. It now has a fog to it, and a whole new host of points of interest in Dunley Farms. This is kind of one of the things I wanted to bring up. Castle, this thing right here that was in the middle of everything. It's this. That's moved now. If this is to be believed, the castle's up here now. So this is now a normal thing. I thought that was pretty cool. I think we'll be either going through the castle thing for Gloomrot. There's a lot of theories that it was Dracula's castle. Don't know how true those were, but it'd be cool. But if this is now available, I doubt that's it. Then you go maybe through here, or maybe you go through the Cursed Forest and you can't get through here and you can just leave through here. Hard to say. I honestly, it'll probably go through the Cursed Forest now that I think about it. Weather hazards. This is what they meant with the choking mist in the Cursed Forest. This makes me think that now, I mean, it says weather hazards, so it'll actually be more difficult just by existing in there. So that's kind of wild. And then there's the dodging lightning and Gloomrot. So no weather hazards in the other areas so far, it seems, but in these 2. I imagine the lightning will be like that red circle expanding, like the old UI for area effect stuff. New trading hubs. A lot of people complained about not having a place to spend their silver, and now there's new ways. They're not all friendly to vampires. Multiple floors. Big ask. A lot of people wanted this. They had to redo code to get this to work, but so many people wanted it that they did anyway. 13 new bosses. Go ahead and skip forward a minute if you don't want me to talk about what these are. This is the one you see in the trailer, which is probably the ultimate weapon of war, but we don't know. This kind of looks like the scientist that we saw in the trailer. This seems to be a better version of that gun enemy. This guy, just like a boss version of him. This kind of looks like a headless guy, now that I think about it. This guy is holding a wine glass with a rapier. That's the one. It looks pretty cool. I don't think this is the final boss. It's one of these two. I mean, obviously for middle reasons. Some of the new enemy types, a lot of them are like the abominations, rat whore, mutated deer. So the improved magic, I'll go deeper into it. A little bit lower, actually, when I get to the thing. New weapon types, the greatsword and the pistols. I don't know how the pistols are going to work. You'll get the greatswords pretty early, it looks like. This is copper, iron, and dark silver. So you should get the greatswords pretty soon, which is cool. I like that. I don't imagine you get the pistols until, as I said, much later. But we'll see. The legendary weapons are pretty cool. They gave us the example here. It applies the leech debuff, which I'll explain debuffs because that goes in tune with the improved magic system. And that's what we're going to talk about now. So these are the 4 or 6, I can't count. These are the 6 schools. We have Chaos, Illusion, Unholy, Storm, Frost, Blood. You know all of these except for Storm. But I'll go ahead and talk about what we're pretty sure the debuffs are. So the Chaos debuffs is like what you're used to with Chaos magic. You hit someone and it burns them. Now it's just applied to all Chaos spells. It's not like each individual one. They've also moved around some of the spells. I can show you more of that in a little bit. Illusion still has that weaken debuff when you hit them with illusion spells, but now every time you cast an illusion spell, you'll get a stack, and every stack you have increases the chance that the next time you cast an illusion spell, it will consume all the stacks and you won't have a cooldown for that spell cast, so you can double cast basically. Unholy will apply, I don't remember the name of it, but it's a debuff that whenever someone dies with that debuff, a skeleton will grow out of them. You can just literally be the MC of solo leveling, which sounds pretty hype. Storm, it applies static according to the picture above. If someone has static, when you hit them with your weapon, it'll do an extra like 10% magic damage. I don't know if that's spell damage, but it might be, which is pretty cool. Just more damage stuff. A more like, less just like random spell damage, more like combat fighting damage, which is pretty cool. The Frost, you will apply stacks of freeze to them, and I think at like 4 stacks or something like that, it will freeze them solid. I may be remembering that incorrectly. And then there's the Leech debuff, which is with Blood. All the spells, or most of them, apply Leech, where whenever you hit them with your weapon, you will steal them. It might be hitting them with an ability too, but I know for a fact it's the weapon. And that goes back to legendary weapons. A legendary weapon is just a weapon you find. When you fix it, it will have a random one of these like applying the debuff. So it'd be really cool for like an unholy. If you find an unholy weapon, if you just kill them with the sword, it will just raise a skeleton for you. That's super sick. That could be crazy. Also, a storm one would just be an extra 10% magic damage all the time. So that's kind of how the updated magic works. Super excited for that. Sorry I'm moving so much. There is also jewels, which I haven't talked about. These are jewels. Inflicts agony on a target affected by condemn. Agony deals 12% damage over 4 times. For 4 times over the duration. Triggers a second lesser explosion at the same location. Increases duration of the snare. This one consumes weaken. So that's kind of how the gems work. Like, these are examples. Values are still being adjusted. This is an older dev update, so these numbers could be way off. But this is kind of what they're going for. It just adds special different stuff to these, so you can really make your spells unique. They moved some of the spells around. See, here you can see some of these are different. They removed the knight that you summon with illusion. They moved him to unholy, which feels really cool because if you like solo leveling, you can treat that like Igris. Some of them are going to be focused. So this probably won't give you like as much as a shield, but it'll still do the damage thing. Illusion stuff, they changed some of it. You can see these two are different. You didn't know these before. This is also different. In ults before, there used to be 3 ults, and it was like you in an area. Oh, you know, it's probably Storm now. They probably moved it to Storm. Anyway, These are some of the trees. Feel free to freeze them. This will kind of talk about the debuffs more if you care about that. I don't want to go super in depth here. I'll post the links to all of these down below in the description so you can happily go look at them yourself. The Blood Hunt. A lot of people apparently didn't like the Blood Hunt UI. The Blood Hunt is whenever you're tracking a boss and the blood comes like flows to you and you follow that scent to find them. Apparently it's been updated to work better, which is cool. That I always approve that. This one is not mentioned a lot, but apparently we have vampire horses now. So that's pretty cool. Updated to the traveling shapeshift forms, like the wolf, the bear, and another one that I don't want to spoil in case you didn't get that far. But you should be able to explore more. And bags to carry things. This is really cool. This is like an entire Minecraft update, this one sentence. Anyway, some shade there. New cosmetics, who doesn't love that? New sound. And the DLC. So bam, we're here. This is the Steam page for it. You can't get it yet. I'm gonna get it, but I figured I'd show y'all some of this. I guess you can get a skin for your horse. This Plague Doctor mask is a pretty big part of it. This is the throne for the DLC. It's a lot like the Dracula pack. You just get some of this, all this stuff here. Feel free to pause and look at that. I ain't reading all that. Not having them. This is the new throne. Or, not throne. That's the throne. This is a new coffin. Looks pretty cool. This will be like DLC stuff. These statues look pretty cool. So, pretty cool stuff. This is kind of a picture of a lot of it. Anyway, that is a lot of that. We'll get into the roadmap. I'll go ahead and explain this to y'all. This is the first update. They said in the dev blog that the second update would probably be their launch update. And then they'll have a third update after. They didn't say this was all they're going to do. But I imagine they're going to assess like the popularity of the game after update 3. See what's going on. See if they're going to add more. If the game pops off, which I hope it does. I really think this game is amazing. I think the devs really care about this game and put some hard work into it. This update took forever to come here. It took a year, which is a lot thanks to like AAA studios pumping out. But for how much they're adding over a year's time, it's pretty impressive. The game's already huge. And that game will take you a long time if you aren't trying to speedrun it, which is good. I've basically covered everything in pretty good depth. If you want to go even further, I will post the links to these things. And if you just look through the Twitter, you'll find a lot of information here. Here's the rat horror. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask in the comments. If you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it. I'm going to start posting a lot more content, not specifically Vrising related. Just a lot of the games I play. Funny moments, guides, going over updates. Really whatever. If you have any ideas or a video that you want to see, just let me know. I'll be happy to make it. I need some inspiration, I guess, to kind of see what my content is, you know. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.